I have one chip left, and it's my triple captain chip, which will be used in the last game week of the season in game week 36. In this video, though, I'm going to show you how my team is lining up for game week 35, including my favorite differentials to target from now until the end of the season. Welcome to my channel. I'm your host, Femi. Let's jump into it. This season, right, I should be a lot happier. I'm top 37K. I'm leading my paid mini league by about 90 points, and hopefully we'll wrap that up in the next few weeks. But like a lot of you, we're a little bit disappointed. You know, I'm not sure if it's DEFCON or just the star players, the premiums not delivering in Saka and Salah and Palmer, and even hurling Haaland to a point who's had that barren goal spell. So ultimately, all these players, if they return to form, hopefully it'll make our FPL seasons better for next season, but that's a next season problem. In this video, let's take a look at some of the other players you should be considering, differentials, players that are not really owned that can really help you boost rank from now until the end of the season. And I have my few favorites that I'm going to share with you. But first, let's take a look at how the team did in game week 34 and look at how we are lining up the team to move forward in game week 35. So in game week 34, we finished on 44 points. And although I got a big red arrow, I'm pleased because most of my players returned. I only had 2 players not return in Thiago and Royce. Outside of that, when you look at the squad, Gabriel got a return in the clean sheet. Munoz scored a goal. Williams got his clean sheet. Bruno Fernandes got an assist. Dewsbury Hall scored a goal. And Eze scored a goal. So I can't be mad about that. And it just goes to show you that sometimes you just got to stick with your squad and rely on the players that got you here and not change things and get too frenetic. Obviously, I didn't have the free hit chip, which a lot of people used and maybe scored a little bit more. But at the same token, there are a lot of people who use the chip and had players not return. So, it's always a roll of the dice when you put your squad together. But ultimately, the players were in there and they performed. And I'm looking forward to, attacking the last few game weeks. I have 1 free transfer and I'm probably going to roll. And now let's talk about the key players, these key differentials that we're looking at to really help the team boost it from now until the end of the season. So in terms of key differentials, we're talking players usually going to be outside of Arsenal and Man City because most people know who you should be getting from there. But one player that I really like from Arsenal is Eze. I brought him in last week. He scored a goal and he looks like a talisman for Arsenal. He's going to get the minutes. They need his goals to really get over the line in the Premier League. And obviously has importance in the Champions League. But from an FPL perspective, under 9% owned, I really like him. And I think he's going to continue to deliver. The other glaring hole I don't have is a third City asset, which I can wait and see in the Double Gameweek 36. That's probably going to be O'Reilly. But for now, I don't really think of bringing him in for a Monday night game against Everton away is really essential. So I'm just going to wait and hold off on him. And then now, when we look at who we should bring in, I like a lot of different players. The midfield is definitely always the place to look. I love midfielders who score goals. I talk about it a lot on this channel. And so the one player that I'm taking a look at right now is Stack. He's back for Leeds. He's their set piece taker. He can get returns from the set pieces and also hopefully popping in on a goal with the way that Leeds play, which is fast and direct in terms of their attacking style. So Leeds who just sort of want to push on and keep having a great season, Stack looks like an amazing option. And then when we look and switch gears, this player is definitely way under the radar. He's under 1% owned. It's Ruter at Brighton. I have to give credit to Brighton. I didn't really rate them that much. When Arsenal played them, they had the 1-0 win like a month ago or so, maybe 2 months ago now. They didn't look that great defensively in my mind, but now the team is firing on all cylinders. They're looking to be and qualify for Europe. Hertzler's done a pretty good job there. And so Rutter is a player who's playing in the forward positions. He's going to get minutes there, and he looks like someone who could, get a goal and assist. I like his fixtures coming up. He plays a revenge game against his old team in Leeds, and, it's sort of just trying to go with the hot hand. If you have a midfield position, the 5th midfielder spot, both Stack and Rutter could sub in for that. And then Eze, like I mentioned earlier, could sort of fill a more premium spot. I think he's a better pick than Rice, for example. So that's sort of how I would play that. And then now the last player that I think you should potentially consider, and it's a player that a lot of people have in their squads, it's James Tarkowski. He's the 5th highest scoring defender in FPL. Jurrien Timber, who we haven't seen for forever, he's tied on points with Jurrien Timber with 149. And so Tarkowski could be a great option for those looking at a defender in the defensive ranks, because it's been hard to find defenders to get returns. I think he can get DEFCON, of course, but I think he can also get assists and goals like we saw last week. And ultimately, you know, the Everton fixtures with huge home games coming up against City look pretty good for him to sort of produce. And so Everton has an amazing away form, but they really want to, you know, make that new home of theirs a fortress. Now, in terms of how the team is lining up for Game Week 35, we have Royce and Net away to Wolves. It's a great fixture for him. I currently have Bijol in the starting lineup against Burnley at home for Leeds. We'll see. He has a little bit of a yellow flag. We'll see if he recovers. And then Gabriel and Williams, trying to play two really hot defenders at the moment for their current squads. I know Williams is away against Chelsea, but Chelsea doesn't convince me. I'm not going to go to get a Chelsea player anymore with the way Palmer and João Pedro sort of did me in the last week. And so, you know, we're going to just skip Chelsea assets. And then Bruno Fernandes currently has a captain's armband. I think against, you know, Liverpool at home, that's a great fixture for them. He can return. He's sort of the perma captain. And I have no qualms with him going captain there. Other considerations, obviously, Haaland away to Everton on the Monday night game. Dewsbury Hall at home against City, Semenyo away, and then Eze, you know, someone who I'm really counting on to really provide me a lot of goals and assists for the last half of the season, last few weeks of the season, sorry. And then up front, we have Krupi Jr., Thiago, and Haaland. So 3 forwards I like and 3 really good matchups for all of them, I would say. So we'll see what they can do there for my squad. And then on the bench, we have Munoz currently on the bench with Ryan on the bench and Ben Heck on the bench with Dubravka on the bench as the goalkeeper. So that's how the squad is lining up for Game Week 35. I'm looking to roll the transfer, so I'll have 2 free transfers to target you know, the Double Gameweek 36 and sort of build the best squad from there. If you like this video, please like and subscribe below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.